Right, just another thing we got to do is just to test the paint. This is an example for the owner. So this is a driver's door that someone started working on years ago. Check the February 11th, 93. God, dear Deirdre, she's still going. Right, so it's been sort of sanded and filled in places over the years, but it's all dirty. So we're going to take all this off down to bare metal, inside and outside and around the edge. Right, I think this door has been blasted and primed because there's no real trace of any other paint underneath this beige stuff. And some of these bits where it's pitting, it is actually all clean underneath, not like bits of rusting. So I actually sort of trust this a bit more. So this is an experiment anyway. Probably going to use this on my own car, but anyway, you take all the paint off around the edges. Right, there was a bit of filler in the outside skin, and again you can see here these sort of like couple of little shadowy pitting bits. But again, there's no rust in them, so that's why I think this has been blasted. So we're going to do it the Painting Classic Cars way. I'll put a link to their channel on the site. Basically, epoxy prime all the bare metal and then filler on top. Right, one thing I've got to do, just tack weld up these two holes where it's had a door mirror on. Right, just sanded it off a bit, tiny little bit in there. So I'm going to put a blob more in. Hopefully that will clean up. Right, that's just doing that with a little sander, so we'll do it with that one. See the shine is slightly lower, so that should fill in and clean up fine. Right, so got this nice coat of epoxy primer. So we're just going to fill in some of these little imperfections. Because you see this bit, not worried about the middle too much because it's all covered up by the door card. But these little imperfections is the kind of thing you see when you look down it. So we want that to be nice and smooth. Right, same with this back side. If you can see a couple of like the sort of rough patches that are under there. There was a skim of filler all over the top, so obviously for a reason you can see those rusty bits on there like they've been blasted out, but it's actually seems quite a strong door. So I'm just going to give it a key it up slightly and then put a skim of filler over the whole lot. Right, just got to delicately sand this down. That's just 240 on there. I've got a few of these where I had the leftover filler. Done the other side. Right, the front bit, well, you can see a couple of little bits where I welded in those bits there. So sanded this off with DA to get it flat-ish. Couple of little low bits in there, so I'm going to put a bit more in there and then do it with the longboard, because I just did that with the DA sander. Right, tiny little bit in there, a little bit more there. Anyway, a couple of little bits, but basically flat. It's another, like, whatever, 20 minutes just getting that down. There's no easy way to do it, not if you want it flat. Right, now this is epoxy primer coat number 2. Right, see that bottom corner looks loads better. That looks straight. Right, you can see loads of bits showing up now. So, got to flat it off. That was done with like 120, I think, and then just, yeah, epoxy primed over. So I'm going to do this with like 240 or something on a shorter block, and well, see what we can do. Right, just going to put some of this tiny dolphin glaze stuff in these little imperfections, and then give it another coat of primer. Right, flattened that off with 320, so I'm just going to key up the back edge a bit and then give it a coat of the green TI primer. Right, 2 coats of the primer. Looking a lot flatter, so it's just going to be sanding it dry with 600 and then do the top coat to match this. So 2 seconds, right. So you see this is just 600 with the Hoover. Now when you go over this, you can just see it doesn't take much to get it from, that's painted, you see you sand it a little bit and then a little bit more and it comes nice and smooth. So we just want it like that, nice and smooth, none of the orange peeliness out of it, and then we can do the top coat. Right, and here we have the final result. This is actually probably 2 months after I've painted this door, but I don't know what how this will come out on the digital phone. I'll try and sort of look at the reflection more than the door. But it's actually come out quite nice. This is quite dusty. This is just hanging up from my change from the roof. But yeah, so the operation was a success. I mean, this will probably end up getting painted green and end up on my Scepter estate. But that's still, I've done the outer sill. Another video on that. Well, either by the time this one goes out, either before or after, I don't know. So we'll see there. But I'm just sort of physically chock-a-block with yeah, look at this, engines, bits, Alpines on here, stuff, heads to do, the Jag still to do under that cover, the Fuego to finish off. Yeah, so there you go. All in all, it takes quite a while. And these are the doors for the GLS that have got to be stripped, primed and painted just the same as that one.